look, I'm really excited to talk to my next guest. I love it because she is starting with kind of local politics, state politics. And her name is Meg Weinberger, and she is called MAGA Meg Weinberger. She's supported by President Donald Trump, and she's running for the state legislature, the state house in Florida. So, Meg, welcome to the program. How are you?
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. That happens to me too. So listen, so you're running for the Florida state legislature, and so for people don't aren't in Florida, you've got a primary on the 20th of August. What is that in August?
Yes, ma'am. So I am District 94, House District 94. It's Western Palm Beach County. For those that don't know, it's a little tip of Boca all the way to what we call Jupiter Farms, and then west of the Turnpike to the Glades. So it's a pretty large district and very diverse, from rural to country club. It is, yes, we have a primary. There are 3 other Republicans running, and it is August 20th.
So it's so funny because many years ago in another life, I was a district manager for a company called Park Lane Hosiery, and I was in South Florida, and I had from Homestead to Boca was my district.
Okay. Yes,
so I
yes.
traveled to all the malls, and I only did it for a year because I'll be honest with you, Meg, I loved the winter and the spring and the fall, but when it got to summer, I had to get out of there. So it was
you get used to it eventually. But I grew up
eventually.
in South Florida. I grew up out west, and it's called Sunshine Ranches, kind of West Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. And a lot of people don't realize that, you get out a little bit west and it is a little bit rural, right? It's a little different
farmland.
place.
Yeah, I grew up riding horses. I still have horses. I still live in a kind of where we have 15 acres. It's considered Palm Beach Gardens, but it's I'd say maybe 15 to 20 miles from the beach, and it's considered rural out here.
So what are the big issues that people in your district that you're campaigning in, what are the big issues for them?
Well, you learn all of this when you're door knocking, which is one of my favorite things. I love the grassroots, boots on the ground. Insurance is a huge issue. The economy, huge issue. Immigration, big issue. Just staying on top of our education for our children, not just, regulating from kindergarten to 3rd, but really all the way up, even through university, our state universities, it's been infiltrated. So these are the issues that I'm hearing a lot about.
And so what made you decide to run for the state house?
Gosh, that's a great question. How much time do we have? I guess, I had a good friend that has been supportive of me for many years. I've been in our community volunteering with special needs kids, adults. We have a big rescue sanctuary, about 150 animals on our property. A foster mom, a mentor for foster homes. We're talking 20 years. I grew up with foster sisters and adopted siblings, and a special needs sister adopted. So just kind of always been serving in the community and with humans and animals. And a good friend said, Mag, you could really do a lot on a larger platform. Imagine, why don't you consider this seat's opening up? And I never imagined even considering getting into politics. So I, went up to the state capitol and started talking to our legislators and just knocking on doors. Spent a few days with my husband, just listening to different stories and why. And, came back. Well, it took about 4 months to make a decision, and here I am.
And we're talking to Meg Weinberger, who is a South Florida resident. But it's interesting. Her race is very interesting because former President Donald Trump has gotten involved in this race. Tell me how that happened.
Well, I definitely have to say God. This is not this would definitely be out of my hands. Again, being involved in the community for so many years, knowing many of our people, in legislation, or in the legislature and in federal, just, Congressman Mass has always come to my events for special needs, children and adults. So really just kind of many of these people that I have gone to for years, kind of asking them to guide me or help me with different, charity events or, trying to rescue an animal involved in foster, homes. They just really authentic, were endorsing me, these great relationships that I have. So and then Dr. Gina Loudon coins me MAGA Meg. She also has a son with Down syndrome that she adopted, and she's a big animal rescuer. So we kind of have a lot of, we're very close. And, just really somehow got this amazing endorsement through probably just all of the MAGA people, all of the congressmen, and all of these great endorsements. So I was just completely taken back. I'm so honored, and it's very humbling. I'll tell you, very humbling. I have a lot of respect for President Trump and his family.
Well, Meg Weinberger, MAGA Meg Weinberger, thank you so much for being with us today. I just thought your story was unique, and we wanted to take a few minutes to chat with you. We wish you the best, because more people have to step up and run. The way you win in America is for people to have a choice, and I am so excited to hear about you running.
Thank you so much. God bless. I really appreciate it.
And if people want to help you, how can they do that?
megforflorida.com.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with me today.
All right. You take care. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.